Welcome back, everybody, to the final season of the South Carolina Gamecocks Revamped Dynasty. We are in our 5th game of the season. Somehow, we're in about week 7 after bye weeks, taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, Arkansas is an interesting team. They have not exactly been great this year, but if you get a look at their schedule, despite their record, they have a very tough schedule, and it does not get any easier for them today. They have been an okay team. I'll give them credit. As far as their statistics go, they're a run-of-the-mill, average offensive team, average defensive team, slightly on the lower end defensively. But you'll understand, they are 0-6 for good reason. Look at this gauntlet they had to play. Ohio State, Texas, lose to Ball State by 4. You played Texas close. You played Missouri close to overtime. You played Texas A&M close. You played Utah relatively close. But that is 5 out of 6 games against top 25 opponents. All of those against top 19 opponents, even if you want to go even farther. And then you've got to look ahead. You've got us, number 2 in the country. You've got Alabama, number 10 in the country. Auburn, number 24. You've got LSU, number 7. So this schedule, and I'm sorry if you're a Razorbacks fan, it's not going to get any easier anytime soon, as they just have an absolute gauntlet as an SEC schedule this year. I mean, they are going to have to really work hard to get a single, a couple wins going on. But they have a good team. They've got a good quarterback, Caleb Copeland. He's got about 800 yards on the year. 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He protects the ball. They can run it okay, especially with Copeland and their backup Dubinion. But is it going to be enough to take down this highly touted Carolina team? The Gamecocks have finally seemed to get their groove going on offense this season after last year. Despite coming off a national championship last year, or the year before, last year, they just never got that offense moving. Braden Davis now on 2nd and 10. He is going to use his feet, and he's got a first down on the 12-yard scamper. That's something that I want to do more in this offense. I want to get Braden Davis moving on the ground as we get Brandon Hammond off the zone, all down the field, fighting for more yards. Markham at the 30, 24 yards. Great blocking. Look at that big block on the outside by Scott Hall. That basically sealed the edge and allowed Brandon Hammond to get that nice run going up the left sideline. They are now 2nd and 9. Davis is going to fire to Dobzinski. He had to come back to it, but it's still a good catch and a 21-yard catch and run. 2nd and goal. Davis play action under pressure. Fires. End zone. Caught. One of the quickest strikes we've seen, just 3 minutes off the clock. They did a good job of slowly getting down the field, and they strike through the air. Braden Davis getting hit as he throws it, but Brandon Robinson focuses in. Now a quick 7-0 deficit. The Razorbacks looking to answer. They've got their receiver Mbake. It is Sam Mbake with a 15-yard catch, now 2nd and 10, as they have Copeland send a man out in motion. He's going to hand it off to Rashad Dubinion, and he has got nothing on the ground. Markham 0 yards on the run, so 3rd and 10. Razorbacks do not have the chance to just give the ball right back to Carolina, but Ty Washington makes a great grab. Just can't get anything else going for it, so a 2nd and 7 is where we'll pick back up on offense. Davis fires to Hall. He has got Scott Hall 18 yards down the field. A beautiful pass along the seams, and Scott Hall responds there. Now 3rd and 5 for the Gamecocks. Braden Davis under center. We don't see that very often. It's under pressure, and he's sacked off the play action. Braden Davis tried his best to get that one off, but Manny Powell comes on the edge. I mean, they had 2 guys there. Even if one guy misses, you've got to think he's going down on the 2nd guy. Now 2nd and 5. Dubinion cannot get anything going. In fact, he loses 2. So a 3rd and 7 now for the Arkansas offense. They do not want to punt it again. Dubinion's going to get that ball again. And, I mean, he's going to get his yardage back, but that is it now. 4th and 5. They will punt it right back. But thankfully for them, the Carolina offense gets pinned deep. They look like they're just going to play this one conservative. 3rd and 10 at their own 3-yard line is a run. That is a 5-yard scamper, and now a 1st and 10 back the other way. Copeland He's going to run it this time. Copeland makes a man miss up the middle. Caleb Copeland, 19, make it 18 on the ground on the quarterback draw. I did not see that coming. Now Copeland on a 2nd and 9 wants to throw under pressure. Now he runs for it. Copeland, luckily for the Razorbacks, holds on to the ball there after that big hit on the outside. 3rd and 8 now. Copeland under center. Takes the snap, wants to throw across the middle. Shane Jackson makes a man miss and runs right into the end zone. 17 yards as the winless Razorbacks tie this one up to start the second quarter. 2nd and 2. We're going to go Brandon Hammond on the ground. That is a 4-yard run as this rushing offense just never quite seems to get going when they need them to. So let's see if they can do that today. 2nd and 7 now. Davis running a play action under pressure, holds, fires. Ron Triplett in coverage, had to try and reach back for it. Could have been an interception if he was a yard or two farther backwards, but now a 3rd and 7. They were not expecting the run there, so Brandon Hammond's easily got 9 yards on the ground. 2nd and 6 now. Hammond's going to run it again to the outside and pushing forward, and he's got 6. You're going to mark him an inch shy of the first down. Now Davis goes to Clayton. Clayton wrapped up and brought down, but not before. He barely gets the first down. Now 1st and 10, triple option. Braden Davis keeps it. Good blocking. He's all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. Braden Davis, the veteran quarterback, is proving his worth this season as he's had his fair share of turnover issues. But Davis is playing out of his mind so far this year. 2nd and 2. Copeland's going to go to Preston, and Shaz Preston going to drop that one. Now they have a 3rd and 2. Copeland play action under pressure. Keeps it himself, and he's sacked. A 4-yard loss. It actually was a read option. Gamecocks now get the ball back inside their own territory on a 1st and 10. It's going to be a triple play action. Davis rolling out under pressure. Lobs it deep downfield, and it's caught. Ryan Clayton with the catch and run, 32 yards down the sideline on the halfback wheel. And a 1st and 10 now. Clayton can't get that one going anywhere. He's going to lose 3. They have a 2nd and 13. Davis is playing well. This Arkansas defense has been impressive as they get pressure and they bring down Braden Davis. 9 yards on that sack right there, and a 3rd and 22 as they now have the chance to keep this game close. Passing it, and it's caught. DJ Long on the crosser, and that is a 25-yard catch, and a sets up a 2nd and 9 inside the 30. Davis wants to throw off his back foot, finds Clayton, clutch pass, and Clayton turns that play from nothing into a big 9-yard catch and run. So they're going to set up a 3rd and short, and that is a 1st down and then some as he lowers the shoulder. That's Hammond, the power back. They now have it in a goal line situation, and it could have been picked off. That was scary to see a pass like that, setting up a 3rd and goal. Davis steps into the pocket, hit as he throws, and it's a touchdown. Ryan Clayton, 5 yards out, and that is the 2nd of the day for the Gamecocks through the air, and Braden Davis continues to add to his magnificent campaign this year. 1st and 10 for the Razorbacks, picking back up on offense where they left off. Hopefully they don't get anything going this time. Copeland's going to fire to Mbake. That one was dangerous a little bit. He had a couple guys in the area, but instead they set up a 1st and 10 again. Copeland's going to evade the pressure. He's got a lot of space. If nobody turns around, he's going to have a good foot race past the 40, down around the 32 on that one. 2nd and 13 now as we have right around 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. It's going to be run. Dupignon cannot get anything going. He's usually fairly reliable. That is another bad run. 3rd and 13. Copeland under pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete, down to the ground. They will settle for the long field goal, and it is up, and it is good. Impressive kick there for the Razorbacks as we now head back to the offensive side of things. That was an important drive to get something at least before halftime as you get the ball first. Now they just need to hold the Gamecocks in order to keep this one close. 2nd and 12. Davis all alone in the backfield, leaving it deep downfield, and it's caught. Robinson all the way. Touchdown. as he stumbles out of the back of the end zone and falls to the ground. A 3-touchdown half as Braden Davis now holds the record for longest passing touchdown in NCAA football history at 78 yards. Surprised that one has not been broke, as we see Caleb Copeland, I apologize for that Xbox menu thing, as he fumbles at the end of the run. Shane Jackson is there to hop on the fumble now. 1st and 10 with 38 seconds remaining. Lobbing it. Jackson! Nice grab on the sideline. Had to wait for the signal, but it is an 18-yard grab now. 1st and 10. Copeland steps up, firing, and he can't get it off. He is sacked. They have 35 seconds, make it 25 left in the quarter. 2nd and 16. Copeland wants to run again, bouncing off a couple of linemen as he gets a 1st down. Man, that's a big run there for the Arkansas offense. Get this team moving down the field. Now 1st and 10, about 15 seconds left. He's sacked. No timeout yet signaled from the Razorbacks. Steve Spencer comes in with the pressure, and they are going to let the clock run out. They do not call the timeout. They do not take a field goal. They thought they could get back to the line, but you would still think they'd use the timeout no matter whether they want to go for it or not. You might regret missing out on those 3 points now as we head into the second half. They're going to start with a good little dump down pass, which goes for 11 yards to Shaz Preston. Probably the funnest team or name on the team. They have a 2nd and 6 now. Dubignon got it, and he's going to run, and a big grown man run by Dubignon, and that is an 8-yard run there and a 1st down for the Razorbacks, setting up a 2nd and 10 here in the 1st minute of the 3rd. It's going to be a run again by Dubignon, and he has got a nice 13-yard gain. He has come alive to start this 3rd quarter now as they're inside Carolina territory. That time, though, God is shut down in the backfield. He has not had the greatest day despite a couple big runs to start this quarter. They now have a 3rd and 4. Copeland wants the screen, and it's picked off. Justin Birdsong snatches it, and he is going to fly like a bird down the sidelines. Nobody catching him. That is a pick 6, and that is impressive there for this Gamecocks defensive team that has struggled mightily on that side of the ball. They are able to get a turnover, and not only a turnover, but get that returned all the way back for a clutch defensive touchdown. That is big for this defense to just get some confidence as they have struggled in the turnover field. We see Justin Williams, I believe that is, on the outside, a 7-yard catch as he kind of spams the same trucking move every single time. Now they have a 1st and 10. He's going to go to Justin Williams again, breaking a tackle. Impressive, and a 19-yard gain there as they have a 3rd and 1. They're going to go off to Dubignon, but he keeps it, and it's a sack from Spencer. Got to think down 25. They're probably going to go ahead and go for this on 4th and 7, and they do. Not really shocking there. Copeland out of the shotgun, wants to throw into coverage. Coleman can't hold on. Not a bad play. Just couldn't convert. I mean, they're doing okay plays as we see Jacob Hammond, or Brandon Hammond, I called him Jacob Hammond, get a nice 12-yard run. This Razorbacks offense has played well. They just haven't been able to finish drives and finish plays when they need to. 1st and 10 now. Davis running around, trying to evade the rush off his left foot, and he can't hold on. That would have been big. Brandon Robinson couldn't hold on. It was triple coverage. Now they have a 3rd and 4. Can they get the 1st down? This would be huge. Ryan Clayton had a hole. Quickly closed up, and we're going to see a fake field goal. Not liking that play call at all, as there's nowhere to go for Johnny King. Maybe if you decide to throw it, I could see he had a guy wide open downfield, but I think it was a designed run for Johnny King. That one's a questionable call. That kind of keeps the Razorbacks in this a little bit. If they score a touchdown here, they have a chance still. Sam Mbake's got a 10-yard catch. They're going to have a 1st and 10 now. They were able to get it on 3rd and 3 now as a minute 50 remains on the clock. Snapping it, Copeland takes it into coverage. Mbake breaking free. No one's there past the 2nd level, and that is as easy as it gets. 48 yards, 1 broken tackle, and the Razorbacks now are in this game again. Down by a couple of scores, but 1 stop is all they need to get the confidence, as you see LSU stay in the win column there as they get a win over the Florida Gators. We're going to see Ryan Clayton bounce off the first tackler. Oh, I thought he was going to break free for good. Still is a good 13-yard run there on the ground. 2nd and 10 now as we're under a minute remaining in the third. Davis snaps, wants to run it on the play. Now he's going to take it outside, looking for the block, keeping it down to the 40 as he slides. Braden Davis using his dual threat abilities to keep this Razorback offense on edge. 2nd and 6, Davis stepping up, firing, finds Sampson underneath. It's going to be short of the first down as he fights. Yeah, I did not think he got quite at the first down marker. So start of the 4th, they're going to get the first down. Ryan Clayton's going to get more than that, bouncing off a tackler, a couple of guys. He's inside the 20. And it's going to be a 2nd and 5 set up inside the 20 as now Ryan Clayton gets the read option. Good job by the Razorbacks. Nowhere to go. They covered the quarterback. They covered the running back. Now a 3rd and 5. Davis at the last second. Fires! No way he got in. Touchdown, Brandon Robinson. A spinning toe tap at the pylon. As Braden Davis, I mean, he had 5 guys tackling him as he let go of that one. And man, the Razorbacks, they've done good to stay in this as they're going to lose 6 yards off the sack, but they just can't get those timely defensive stops, it seems like. They have a 3rd and 16 now. Caleb Copeland wants to lob it into coverage. Beautiful catch and a beautiful dime. I mean, what in the world? Caleb Copeland, what are you on today, man? 1st and 10. Now he's flipped up in the air. Get this man out of the game before he gets murdered, as he gets a 6-yard loss there on the ground. 2nd and 16. Copeland again wants to go outside. This time it's Shane Jackson. He's been productive today. That time he's going to get 10 yards on the catch and run. Going to set up the Razorbacks on a 3rd and 6. Copeland firing again. Shane Jackson again. This time 5 yards. Not a first down, though. Not enough there. What, a 4th and 1. 0 for 1 on 4th downs. You got to think they're going to get this one. And, yeah, it's going to be pretty easy on that 4th and 1. 12-yard play off or run off the option play. They now have it inside the red zone. 2nd and 1. Copeland keeps it himself. Makes a couple guys miss inside the 5. Tripped up at about the 2. Make it at the 1. They are going to push it back a little bit right around the 3. So I was off a little bit. Now 1st and goal, though. Copeland finishing the job. Late hit there at the last second, but he's still going to celebrate that 3-yard touchdown run as they are now down 42-24 after the extra point. Under 5 minutes. This one is all but over. Ryan Clayton on the outside, breaking free inside the 15. Mark him at about the 10, maybe the 12-ish. Now 2nd and 7. Going to be a read option. They did a great job again. Clayton, though, if he could just get past that first level, he has a touchdown there, but a good sure tackler there at the middle linebacker position. Now a 3rd and 3. Clayton trying to rush outside and get the edge. Can't quite get there. They're going to settle for a field goal. Marcus Clark is no good. And the struggles for Clark continue this season. I mean, he had such a good bounce back year last year and the year before that. After a rough freshman season, that Clark now has kind of reverted to his original form. We're going to see a nice dot to Mbake, who cannot hold on. Caleb Copeland is really showing some impressive throws here. As I mean, I've been impressed with how well he's played against a top-ranked team in the country. 3rd and 10 now. A clutch pass to Shaz Preston. He actually leads them back away from the defender. Good job there by Copeland. And now a 2nd and 5. A minute and a half remains. Copeland hit as he throws, falls harmlessly to the ground. I thought that might have been honestly a fumble, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass now. 3rd and 5. Copeland wants to throw off his back foot, lobbing it down there to the end zone. Touchdown. Corey Coleman, not the bust in the NFL. This one is a Razorbacks highly touted freshman receiver, as they are now going to get back on the ground game for the Carolina Gamecocks. Still not out of this completely. 12-point game with all 3 timeouts, but that one right there will just about seal the deal. 42-30, and the Razorbacks will use all of their timeouts to stop the clock. There's now right around a minute and 11. Ryan Clayton makes a couple guys miss and puts some Beautiful icing on top there with that 31-yard touchdown run. I mean, look at this blocking. If we got another view of it, it's great lead blocking on the outside, and the Razorbacks just looking for some, some points to go into next week with a positive light at 0-7. You're not making a bowl game now, but you've performed well against a lot of top 25 teams, and now against a top 2 team, you've performed very well as they get a face mask penalty. So, I mean, they might even drop another touchdown here before this one's over. 49 seconds left. It's a lot of time inside the 40. Oakland is going to send Ty Washington in motion. They have a 2-man set on the right. Steve Spencer instead goes unblocked, and he's got the sack. Now 3rd and 18 for Copeland. He's going to take the snap, fire it to McAdoo, and that one is dropped and falls, thankfully, harmlessly to the ground. They now have a 4th and 18, though, so they have a big, big hill to climb here. 30 seconds left. It's a lob pass to the outside, and it's caught. Jane Jackson spun down after 25 yards, and the Gamecocks defense continues to struggle in coverage today as they're going to run it surprisingly. And that is a good run there on the trick play. Final 15 seconds, 2nd and goal for the Razorbacks. Looking to get in the end zone just to get some some confidence boost there as a 5-yard run now on a 4th and goal. They have their final play of the day on offense, most likely, barring a miracle. Sending McAdoo into the backfield. It's supposed to be a screen play to McAdoo. Nobody's open. Finally gets it to him. And it's just too late. I mean, he gets absolutely surrounded, and the Gamecocks will prevail. A nice run. Actually, there's a penalty to end the game. And that is going to do it, unless this is a weird penalty which extends at 1 play. Nope. Defensive penalty. We're going to end the game there. 2nd and 7. 49-30 is where your Gamecocks win this one. They now get to 5-0 on the year with about 7 games remaining and a bunch of SEC games under their belt. Impressive season so far. Braden Davis has finally looked like that Heisman candidate quarterback that we've always wanted out of him. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the biggest thing. Ryan Clayton, MVP, 17, 121 and a touchdown. Brendan Hammond, 1695, and Braden Davis, 8-4 and a touchdown. You've also got to remember his rushing stats get the sack yardage taken out. It was a committee receiving effort, but Brandon Robinson had 3 touchdown catches. Ryan Clayton had a touchdown catch and 55 yards. Just a good all-around effort. The seniors stepped up. The young guys stepped up. I was very, very impressed with how well they played. I mean, this is one of those games you could easily look over, considering they're 0-6, but everybody played well. The defense, I would have liked more. Bend but don't break, but they just bent and they broke at the same time. And I'm not the biggest fan of that philosophy, but at the end of the day, if it works, can you truly be too mad at it? They were able to get the win. They were able to hold them to 30 or lower, which is pretty much our threshold of where we want to be, especially if we have this offense clicking on all cylinders. 2 sacks for Rory Patrick, the all-time sack leader, as he continues to add to that. 400 yards for Copeland, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick six. I mean, this guy balled out as a sophomore. He is very promising for the Razorbacks' future, and I hope they get a few wins at the end of the year. He did get sacked 8 times, which is going to make it very difficult to keep your offense going when you're constantly getting taken down in the backfield, when you're constantly losing yardage. I would say just not a great all-around showing for that offensive line. Copeland, again, their best rushing attack as well. Get that man some help, and this Razorbacks defense and our offense will be very dangerous. Quincy McAdoo led the team in receptions, but it was Sam Mbake with 126 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. They also had Shane Jackson with 1 and Corey Coleman with his only reception coming on that 37-yard touchdown catch. Obviously, this Razorbacks team is not a team we play every year, so it was fun to get a look at them and see how they've been doing. And obviously, for them, their fans, they want to be doing better. But I'm just happy to continue our win streak as we are now in the final 7 games of our final season here in the Gamecocks Dynasty. I wanted to make this last season special. I've had a lot going on, work, school, Then finals, then I got sick a few times here and there. Just haven't been able to stay consistent. So I'm going to try and consistently get these videos out, finish out the season, and then move forward with other series that I'm interested in doing. Especially with the next NCAA football video game coming out. But the Gamecocks, we still have to finish up their story here, hopefully with a bounce-back national championship appearance. But it's not going to be easy. We have another top 25 matchup. This one is 8th ranked Tennessee, coming off a 5-1 start. They look dangerous, and we'll look at their roster and statistics in a little bit, but they also have the vendetta against us as Marcus Satterfield, our former offensive coordinator, leads the Volunteers. He has struggled at Tennessee. They have had very, very bad years the last few years, but now they finally broke through. They look good this year. They have had years where they've won one game. They've done terrible. And now it kind of looks like this team is finally getting that gel and finally, playing at a very, very high level, at least as far as compared to what they were doing in the past. So this is going to be a tough game. At least we have, I would say, a chance to be better offensively than them. They are better rushing-wise, but other than that, it's not even close offensively. Defensively, they do out-battle us. They have a few key injuries. We're pretty healthy. And if you look at that, their only losses to a top 5 Texas A&M team, who we did beat, I believe. Or not I believe, we did beat. But they were able to take down Florida. They were able to take down Georgia. This team is dangerous. And we're going to have to not take them lightly whatsoever. But that'll be saved for next episode. As always, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Make sure to hit the like button. Catch you all next time. Have a great rest of your day. Adios.